You're looking drunk, minutes to 11. He's a looking drunk, looking drunk. Looking drunk.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to yet another delicate and delightful episode of Crackleberry Podcast, the everyday atlas to life, where we talk about anything, everything, absolutely and nothing at all. Wow, I almost completely just ruined that. And of course, you know, we're all about getting our hearts broken on the show and whatnot. But anyway, I'm James.
I'm Brian.
I'm Heather.
And this episode is actually coming out, I think maybe, a week or two after Valentine's Day?
Yes, it'll be, yes.
Or being recorded, I'm sorry, as of a week or two after Valentine's Day.
Yes, a week after the Hallmark holiday, as I like to call it.
Oh, gosh. Was the other one Christmas?
No, Christmas is legit. I don't even know what the history of Valentine's Day is, but anyway, it's a way to make money. So is Christmas anymore.
From what I understand, the original origin of Valentine, I don't know much about it, but I do know it has nothing to do with romance at all. I think there was actually a guy named Saint Valentine or something like that. So it's actually one of those stories that people use the name and they just, you know, make it one of those things where it's about love. Valentine is one of those like romantic words. So.
I feel bad for all the saints that had holidays named after them because they're not making any bank.
Yeah, I think it was Saint Valentine, but
there's Saint Patrick, right? I mean, he's not making any bank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, at least Saint Patrick. Man, imagine if he actually was still alive and he got a kickback from all the alcohol.
Probably Saint Patrick had nothing to do with drinking or luck or anything like that, and of course, that's what we decided to base the holiday off of: green, drinking, and luck.
That's right. Yeah, he probably had the worst luck in the world, and he was an alcoholic, so he could never drink. He was went clean and sober, so he probably hated alcohol. Yeah, and he had the worst luck on the planet.
Yeah.
And did he have a pot of gold? No,
I highly doubt it. And I don't even know about the leprechaun thing. I think that's an urban legend or something. It's like a little mythical creature. But Heather, it looks like you got something to share with us.
Heather, do you have something on your...
I just looked up the history of Valentine's Day.
I used to know it.
And is it about a guy named Saint Valentine?
It's about a guy called Hallmark.
Yeah. Hallmark Saint Valentine is his full name.
Well, okay, so you know when you go online and you say,
because everything's true online.
Absolutely.
What's the history of Saint Valentine's Day? You have lots of options. I'm going to go with the dark origins of Valentine's Day.
Ooh,
that sounds like the most honest answer right there, and the most honest history behind what Valentine's Day is actually about.
I don't know. It's long.
So what's the synopsis?
I haven't read it yet.
The digest.
Okay. Should we come back to you in about 30?
30, 35, 40.
Well, as a matter of fact, I think this is a good time while Heather's checking that out. If you guys have... Well, first of all, before I say that, what we like to do here on Crackleberry Podcast is every show we like to talk about anything completely random or revolving around a holiday, in which, if there is one coming around the corner as of the time we record this show, then we like to talk about weird stuff like that. But other than that, if you have like any weird stories, because I know Brian and I like to share weird stories or weird,
much as we can,
or weird top 10 lists or top whatever lists or anything like that. But if you have anything or any ideas that you want us to share on the show, then you should shoot us an email at, I believe it's crackleberrypod@gmail.com.
And no dirty pictures, please.
Oh, we have to send those back. It's like for legal reasons we can't accept them.
We actually have to return the sender. How does that work on an email? If you want, I'll send you a rating. If you send me a naked picture, I'll just say, well, that was about a 3.5.
Either that, or I can resend like a signed, autographed, whatever copy of the picture of my calf that we probably still haven't done anything with.
That's right, but it's still on my phone.
It's still.
I scroll through my pictures. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's James's calf.
Yeah, I know. It's like, why is it sitting on my phone for?
Then I have to stop and just go, that's a good calf.
All right, Heather's giving us that look, so I think she's about ready to
she's like, I'm ready to share.
Share the goods.
There's a lot of information here that I'm just not even getting into. But anyway, apparently, according to this website, which is npr.org.
NPR. We know it's true.
NPR.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
Go ahead.
So anyway, okay. So this is saying that it started from February 13th to 15th. The Romans celebrated the feast of Lupercalia.
Lubrication?
Lupercalia.
Definitely. That's where they got lubrication
this is
from.
back apparently in the day when men hit on women by hitting them. So anyway, so they celebrated this feast, and the men
hit women.
I'm getting there. Give me a second. Back off.
Uh-oh. Heather's getting sassy.
So the men sacrificed a goat and a dog, then whipped women with the hides of the animals they had just slain.
Wow.
The Roman romantics were drunk. They were naked. And young women would actually line up for the men to hit them because they believed this would make them fertile.
Oh.
Then there was also a matchmaking lottery where young men drew the names of women from a jar. The couple would then be coupled for the duration of the festival or longer if the match was right. There's more, and you can take this history with a grain of salt because, I did find it online.
So, all right, if you're going to go on a date on Valentine's Day, kill a dog, cut off its pelt, smack your lady with it.
I know what I'm not doing next Valentine's Day.
I don't know if that's going to work, but if for some reason it does, you've got an interesting partner, and you need to tell us about it.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I'm even comfortable ever celebrating Valentine's Day anymore after hearing about that.
Thinking about smacking a woman with a bloody dog pelt. That's horrible.
That is pretty dark. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, there's probably a few ladies out there that would enjoy it. I'm sure the percentage is quite small. I mean, James isn't going to get on a dating website, which we'll be talking about later. Yeah. James isn't going to get on a dating website and say, one of the things I like to do is beat women with a dog pelt.
Actually, while we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and edit my bio right now and mention that. And I'm totally kidding.
This is totally politically correct.
Yeah. I'd probably actually get banned. They would, Bumble might actually.
So if I in another life, if I was single, instead of sending a chick a picture of certain parts of me, I just send her a picture of a dog pelt and say, hey, want me to smack you with this? Oh yeah.
I am kind of curious when you think about it. Okay, besides the goat and the dog pelt and the smacking the women,
Can you tell I'm into the smacking?
Okay, they lined up for it. It says so. They were going after it.
They wanted to get fertile, but anyway.
Yes. Fertility. What women do to get pregnant. It's amazing. Anyway, but what do you think though about the whole just random matchmaking thing?
Like lottery? The lottery thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it works. Well, it worked back in the day because that's the only choice they had. These arranged marriages.
Well, they were just hanging out for the evening, I guess, or the rest of the festival. But I don't know. It's interesting.
It is.
I don't know.
James, would you be up for some lottery matchmaking?
I mean, considering it's only for the day too, I probably would not mind. I mean, I'd be down for like a day date, hey, let's hook up for the day. Yeah, great. All right, Valentine's Day is over.
Now let's specifically clarify though, was this date involving extracurricular activities?
Well, the original, I don't know. It didn't.
Oh, I'm curious because that would be one of those would be like, okay, it would be kind of interesting to see who you ended up getting with.
Well, I guess it really depends, but honestly, I would not be opposed to these extracurricular activities.
It all depends.
It all depends.
You get a bunch of single people in a room together, and you just kind of draw names, and that's who you get to hang with for the rest of the. Would that have interested you? James, Heather.
I mean, at least I'd have company for the rest of the day. Because right now, my friend's bank is less than 10 right now. So
Heather, would you do it?
If I was single, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I mean, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to meet a new person.
Right. And I usually, I can't imagine my luck would be that great with that, but I'd do it. It'd be fun.
I guess the really sad thing would be is you get partnered up with somebody, and you're all excited and you're like, this is a foolproof, there's no no's here. But what if you got a no? That would be kind of sad and unfortunate.
Yeah. But then you just whip out your dog pelt.
Whip it out.
There you go.
Just whip out that.
Start smacking things, running down the street. Who wants to get fertile on me?
Oh, who wants to get fertilized?
I've got a dog pelt. Let's get fertilized.
Fertilized and sanitized.
Fertilizing with the dog pelt.
Oh.
Sounds like a band name. Fertilizing dog pelts. Opening up now for Slayer.
Fertilizing dog, more like fertilizing dog pelts opening for Giggle Snort Motel opening up for Slayer.
You don't even know who that is, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, right, exactly. But it seems like we're on a pretty consistent theme of Valentine's Day here.
Yep,
so,
we were there.
Yeah, why don't we actually keep that rolling? I actually got a little something here for me to share with our two listeners, or 1.5.
1 3/4.
1 3/4.
One of them's really
listeners.
short.
No, they're just working while they're listening.
That's right. Yeah.
Honestly, though, if I could recommend any podcast to like burn time while you're sitting there in your cubicle, this is a great podcast to do that with.
It is, because you can miss the whole thing and you wouldn't have missed anything important.
Right, exactly. But you can at least say that you burned about 45 minutes to an hour of your time. So there is that. And if you're doing it right before your lunch break, well then, I feel bad for whoever did that on their lunch break, because that's not the time to listen to this podcast.
Yeah. Don't waste your free time on this.
No, either do it on the clock or wait till you get home and you're trying to fall asleep, because I guarantee you'll probably fall asleep to this podcast if anything.
It's the best waste of time you could possibly imagine.
I love it. Anyway, so I've got a list here for the 17 weird Valentine's Day gifts so odd you may actually consider gifting them. We're going to start things off with number 1, which is winking kitty underwear.
Does it actually wink?
Well, not like anyone can see this. This is a straight up audio podcast, but
It's just a picture of a winking cat on women's underwear.
yes, it is. And
So the pussy is winking at you.
it definitely is. It goes on to say it's a hilarious gag gift for Valentine's Day. I would definitely agree. Extra points if you give this to a cat lover who actually wears it. So, if that special someone in your life has a cat, then
I would just be like, hey, that's winking at me.
If you hated cats, would that be a turnoff?
probably.
And I do. No, that would be one of the few exceptions where a cat on something would actually be okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, moving down the list, number 2 is a Netflix and chill T-shirt.
Oh, well. Yeah.
$28 at Urban Outfitters. I totally would not blow that much money on it.
$28. I mean, t-shirt's fine, but $28. Anyway.
Number 3, Lover's Mittens.
What?
Lover's Mittens. Like, for some reason, I'm going to try to describe, unless one of you
Yeah,
guys...
I don't know how you can describe that. James, try. How do you...
So in the picture, it shows 2 separate, like, regular mittens that look like they're made out of, like, silky satin red...
love material.
Love material. That's a great word. But then beneath it, there's a heart-shaped mitten with like the same like cuffs that go on the outside, the part where you first stick the mitten in. And
so you each have your own side mitten for the outside hand, and then you can hold hands together in the heart.
I think that is the premise of this.
That could be dangerous, because you might you might be like getting all snuggly and cuddly while you're cooking, and then you got this one mitt that you're both trying to use. Next thing you know, you like drop some hot boiling food on you somewhere and you burn yourself, and it just goes haywire.
Right. Yeah.
I know you don't do much cooking, but
right.
usually you don't wear mittens when you cook.
But
You're walking down the street and you're holding hands. I think it's a cute gift.
Okay.
Honestly, I have to wear like every time I'm doing meal prep for the week and I have like 2 batches of chicken in the toaster oven, I have to grab one of those like super good heat proof mittens that like have the like the little prickles on them or whatever you want to call them. I don't really know, but I have to use those because I don't like to burn my hand when I'm reaching for the toaster oven and reaching for them.
Who doesn't?
I mean, I don't know. I have very sensitive hands, so I have to.
I'm a hand model.
I have very delicate and sometimes pruny hands, depending on if my hands have been underwater or not. Number 4 on this list is pom-pom hoop earrings. Yes, they are exactly as they described.
James sounded disappointed, and so was I, because
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The woman in the picture is very good looking. However, I don't know.
James needs a woman.
We'll talk about that a little later as well.
I'm not impressed with the earrings, but I don't like big, large, hoopy earrings.
You need to come up with something really good for the next one, because that one was disappointing.
You're right. Okay, this next one is called Fundies. Fundies. Or if you actually want to separate the two words, fun dies.
Yeah, well, now when you're wearing Fundies, do the Fundies come with any kind of imagery on them?
They do. And before I show you the image, I will say that it's the exact same premise of the Love Mitten or whatever it was, except it's it's underwear form.
Yeah, it's the underwear where both partners wear the same piece of underwear.
It's the underwear built for two. So Fundies, $15 on Amazon.
I don't think you could be drinking and make those work.
Definitely not.
I would fault that under like a good, like the idea behind it's good, but I don't know an actual execution if that would work for anybody. I mean, there's a lot of accidents that could happen while wearing the Fundies.
Yeah, and I'm just not sure if I'm okay with that. I mean, you have one too many blue moons, and then next thing you know, it's like, well, we're under a blue moon now, and we're sharing one blue moon at this point.
And then someone trips, and it all goes poorly.
One person falls, you're both screwed over, literally or maybe figuratively. But the Fundies. I would actually like to see the picture of the couple trying to get into the Fundies. Getting them off is one thing, but trying to get into them together would be kind of entertaining.
Yeah, and I love how the description on this, the very short description, goes on to say that this is seriously groundbreaking when it comes to inventive underwear.
Oh.
Knickers you can share with someone? Talk about romance.
What would happen if I got into those? I would get into them, and then when everybody was situated, I would probably look at the other person and go, okay, now what? Because for anything else to happen, I need to probably get out of the Fundies, because I don't know why we're wearing these.
Yeah, I mean...
Am I right?
Yes.
if you just had a very adventurous, wild night, maybe, but if you two are going to be like good as far as like not going out, not trying to get into anything dangerous, then plausible, maybe.
Somebody in the Fundies, like, they will get them on and the one person would have to go to the bathroom.
That's where problems can occur. For sure.
It's probably mentioned in the instructions about what could happen.
I really hope so. But anyway.
All right, Fundies.
Past the Fundies.
Thumbs down for the Fundies.
I'd have to, yeah. Number 6, tassel pasties.
Can't go wrong with those.
Right? In terms of romance, lingerie is an obvious answer for Valentine's Day, but why not take it to the next level with a pair of pasties? In case I got too far away from the mic because there's a dog over here trying to lick my hand. Kudos to a woofer over here who's licking my hand and keeping me company while I try to read this.
She's a dog that will not be executed and pelted and whipped.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, on Crackleberry Podcast, sometimes we have extra special guests on this show. But anyway, Miley Cyrus would definitely approve of this funny and sexy gift idea. But anyway, here's the image of it. I'm showing Brian and Heather because
they're standard pasties.
Yeah, they really are.
With the tassels. They're jewel. What?
Okay, so my thing with pasties like that with the tassels on it though is, you know how like you watch it on like, and they okay, some women are talented and can like spin them around.
Right.
I think that's a lot harder than it looks.
I've never tried it. James, have you ever tried to spin pasties on your nipples?
Never in my life.
No.
Tassel pasties? Yeah, never.
For the record, if I had them, I would try it.
Yeah, I think it's I don't think it's easy.
No, I can't imagine.
It's like imagine it'd be anything like a fidget spinner. It'd be like fun for like a hot minute, and then you'd be like, okay, I'm done.
All right, let's pop those bad boys off and get the business.
Yeah, seriously.
Let's take those pasties off and those Fundies and let's get going.
Let's get going.
Wait, let's see somebody spin those tassels while they're in Fundies.
No.
Oh no.
The poor guy might get knocked unconscious.
Yeah, somebody's gonna end up with a bruised.
So what happened to your bruised face? I was hit by by my girl's boob while she was spinning the tassel while we were in Fundies.
Well, man, I tell you what, all this talk about pain and pleasure is a great segue into number 7 on the list, which is a 50 Shades of Grey blindfold.
Oh.
Just the blindfold?
I'm sorry, blindfolds.
Oh,
It's
there's
plural.
multiple.
There's more than one.
So do both people wear them so you can never find each other?
Oh, this is getting better. Wait, wearing Fundies while you're both blindfolded while you're spinning some tassels. The cops at some point will have to be called, or the ambulance will have to be called because someone is getting hurt.
Wow.
Well,
I'm sorry,
The next thing is
Tell
going to
us
be
about
juggling knives, right?
you're not far off, actually. Yeah, you pretty are. But anyway, to try, I mean, I'm glad these are very short descriptions. You can get these for $15 from Spencer's, and it
that's
says,
a surprise.
You're right. Especially, I'm glad it's a twin blindfold set. First of all, you're paying basically what, $7.50 per blindfold,
And they threw the 50 Shades of Grey on there so it makes it sexier.
to mark up the price. Because
Unless you've seen the movie, then it's not sexier.
I've never seen the movie.
Don't.
I don't plan on it. This one's for your friend who's a major 50 Shades of Grey fan. So basically, this is literally just blindfolds with the label on it. Now let them decide whether this weird blindfold duo product is to be taken seriously or as a joke. If they're really into BDSM, they're probably going to take it seriously.
I don't know.
But there's 2.
I'm at a loss for words.
Okay.
There's actually
All right.
50 of them in the 50 Shades of Grey.
No, because I can see buying a blindfold, but you don't have, I guess unless you've got
Unless you're really
3
adventurous.
or more. Somebody does not need to be wearing a blindfold. Somebody has to be able to
Has to see. Now, unless one of the
I don't know what
blindfolds,
bedroom you've been in.
unless for some reason one of the blindfolds has cutouts, so they're not actually one of them's not actually a blindfold. It's still. Yeah, right, exactly. Let's just hope you don't catch them not only wearing the blindfold, but while they're wearing a sleepy shirt, which is number 8 on the list.
What's that look like, James? You got to throw the picture over.
All right, well, basically, it's an oversized shirt with hearts on the nipple area, booby area, whatever you want to
So
call
hearts
it.
on the boobs.
It is literally that simple of a concept. It
Okay.
is $30.
giant t-shirt.
It is the next best thing since Regina George's cut up tank top. This sleepy shirt is a little peculiar, but so super cute. Enough on that. This is, or if you got thoughts, go ahead.
I don't, because it's pretty cut and dry.
It's very cut and dry. There's also the Pheromone perfume, which is number 9 on this list.
All right.
It's black can, and it looks like it says Erox on it. Erox,
Erox with an X. Erox.
Yeah, with an X.
So Eros rocks.
Or Eros.
Erox.
Or Ero, I don't know. It's $60 for this bottle of body spray.
Yeah, but it gets you laid. Apparently.
It's $60, and then the description reads, for just under $60. Internet needs to make up their mind here. You can use the spray to hypnotize anyone around you with pheromones tested to arouse folks of all genders.
Oh,
So
all right. So
this-
I'm walking down the street and just everybody just flocks to me
Just spray it everywhere.
because I'm wearing the Erox.
I'm wearing Erox, Ero, however you want to pronounce it, because it's probably a European product. No product reviews are available. That is fantastic.
So we know it works.
But according to the website, there's a science behind it. Don't take my word for it, though. And that's not talking about my word. I'm talking about whoever wrote this description. Number 10 on this list is Mean Candy Hearts sweater. So it's got stuff on here that it's a black sweatshirt that has like the regular candy hearts on it, but instead of nice sweet things, it says really foul things. And I think they're going over reading some of the things it says.
Like, no, bite me.
Yeah. F off, eat crap.
A happy sweater for all your kids to wear on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. It's $65 for this sweater.
That's definitely a must, everybody, for next year is the Candy Heart Mean sweater.
I almost read this wrong. It says this one's great for that person in your life who absolutely hates Valentine's Day, but I read it as for that special someone you absolutely hate on Valentine's Day for some reason. And honestly, I'd probably wear it on both accords. There was actually a YouTube video by one of my, I guess not favorite musicians, but a musician, a bass player that comes up on YouTube for a while. He made 2 different videos. Send this to someone you love and send this to someone you hate. And anyway, they're about a minute a piece, but it's hysterical. I didn't send it to anyone that I hated, so.
But I wanted to.
You're not wrong. Number 11 on this list is a Kiss pacifier, not the band Kiss, just a literally puckered up lips. That's the shape of it.
I'm surprised. Oh, that's cute. I'm surprised Kiss hasn't. I'm sure Kiss has, the band. I'm sure they have made a pacifier. I can't imagine they have not.
But it's a pacifier.
But it's Kiss.
But it's for babies.
But Kiss can make money off babies, so Kiss is going to make a pacifier.
I'm not even talking about the band Kiss. I'm talking about the item.
We're still
stuck on Kiss.
I'm on James's list.
I'm almost certain we were still on the actual puckered up Kiss pacifier.
I'm just talking about Kiss the band.
But
I'm stuck on that.
Yeah, I know. I know. There's just too much. I was meant.
I guess. If you're buying Valentine's Day presents for toddlers, you have a problem, and your Valentine's Day is probably not going great. If you're buying, if you don't have anything better to suck on than a pacifier, then I don't know. I'm sorry,
but all we know,
some people are into that kind of stuff. So,
well, and according to Kiss, I was meant for loving you.
Or yeah, lick it up, lick it up. Whoa, oh yeah. Or you put the S in sex.
There you go.
Classic lyrics by the band we know as Kiss.
Mm-hmm. And if you get dumped on Valentine's Day, oh Lord, tears are falling.
Oh.
But anyway, and this is actually one of the cheapest items on this list at just a mere $3.
It's a condom.
Basically, it is.
Yes.
The description is very cut and dry to the point. Weird, funny, terrifying. The choice is yours. Number 12 on this list, the boyfriend pillow. It is literally, it looks like half of a person's torso with one of their arms like kind of turned like so, like kind of like you're gonna do-si-do with someone on the dance floor or whatever.
Okay, that one's quite odd. How much does that cost?
$29 plus.
$29 plus.
Yeah. Who needs a boyfriend when you have a boyfriend pillow? I know there's certain people out there who definitely don't need a boyfriend, are completely content and happy without one.
James has to point out some serious monologue there at the same time.
I know. And that wasn't even on the description. That was my description, because we all know that there's those people out there who are like, I don't need a boyfriend. Relationships don't make you happy. So, or relationships don't make me happy, or whoever it is saying it at the time. So, and you know what? Good for you, person or persons I'm not going to refer to. So,
wow. Okay.
I think James had a rough Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
We'll talk about all that later. But no, seriously, I'm not dogging anyone. I'm just having fun in the moment. You know, you got to find a little humor in everything, right?
That's right. Especially when certain people say they don't need a relationship with you.
Yeah, well, they didn't say with you. They just said they don't have time for a relationship. But anyway,
back to the list.
I'm seriously getting off the beaten path here. Number 13 is a willy warmer.
Oh, I have one of those.
Brian.
No, I don't. No, I'm joking. I don't.
We shall have to see this.
Is it like a turtleneck for your penis?
I think you could classify this.
It looks knitted.
It's a knitted.
It's a knitted turtleneck for your penis.
Wow. It's not a turtleneck. It's a full like condom thing on your penis, as well as a knitted ball sack for your testicles.
There you go.
Wow.
You gotta,
as my grandmother would say, how quaint.
How quaint.
That was quite comfortable.
No, but seriously, it's a great invention. I mean, it keeps everything warm. You got to keep the boys warm. You got to keep the whole trio, Peter, Paul, and Mary. You got to keep them completely just warm. And
Just curious how an erection works with that. Anyway,
I was gonna say, how does it stay on realistically?
it'll slip off pretty easily.
I guarantee you the image does not depict the actual size of this product. So it's probably built with the erection in mind.
Okay, so in other words, when you're in a normal state, it's just gonna fall off. So is that
Yikes.
something you wear? You wear that in your, with your pants, or do you wear that at night in bed?
What does the description say, James?
Whoever came up with this has a strange mind. But hey, there's no denying it'll make for an amazing gag gift. That is literally all it
Are
says.
they all? And I'm sure they're all customly hand knit by a lady in Vermont.
How big are you when you're fully erect? And then we can go from there. And,
That's right.
and
You got to give him a reg.
we can quilt and knit this willy warmer to your exact fitting when you're erect. So,
And there you go.
and it's also one of the cheapest items on this list at a measly $6.
Woohoo!
So for $6, you can keep your nuts and Peter Piper warm at night
For the winter months.
for the winter months. But anyway, number 14 on this list, we were actually getting close to the end, folks. I can't believe we're going by as fast as we are with this list. The sassy baseball cap. So to give you guys a description on this, it is a magenta-ish, pink, light purple, pinkish color looking baseball cap with embroidery, with lip embroidery. So there's like red supple lips. And underneath
for the
that,
day is supple.
and under that it reads "my ass." So it's actually a kiss. It's actually the description is a kiss my ass.
And the lips are very bedazzled. So
They are. The lips are bedazzled, but the white emblem thing is embroidery. So
yeah. So if I had that says "kiss my ass,"
it's a hand stitched. Yeah.
still not as good as the wiener warmer.
And believe it or not, this is one of the most expensive items on this list.
The hat
$378.
for that, not for the hat. No, for the next thing, right?
No, for the hat.
For the hat, it's $378.
What are the lips made out of? Rubies?
I'm gonna go with a hard yes.
That better come with a naked woman for
$378.
And in the description, it does not go on to explain why it costs so high. It literally just says, this baseball hat pretty much speaks for itself. Extra props to anyone who actually wears it outside the house.
Do you know how many boyfriend pillows that you could buy with that amount of money?
You are not joking.
For the record, if I'm paying that much money, I best be able to kiss like somebody's ass like that I wanted to for that amount of money. I mean, I could go down a list. We're not going to talk about that in the podcast. I don't want to get myself somebody has an ass out there. You just want to like bite on really hard or kiss. It's like for $378, I better get that ass so I can do that real quick. Just one kiss or one bite, one like light nibble, maybe.
Wow.
I mean, that's valid for $378.
That's an expensive hat, yes.
And then I'd have to smack it with the dog pelt.
That's a very expensive hat. Speaking of animals, this next item on the list is actually it's not made out of an animal, I don't think. No, it's definitely, according to the description, it's not made out of an animal, but it is referred to as a bear onesie.
Oh,
I
may I
think that's
see
kind
that?
of cute, actually. Did I just say it's cute? I did. I said
And
it's cute.
for, I think, $226, you can have one for yourself. So it is probably the second most expensive item on that
They're
list.
$226 a piece, I would assume.
A piece. That would make it, if you're buying for you and your significant other, that would probably make it the most expensive item on that list.
Huh.
They're
That's
cool,
actually
though.
kind of cute.
Yeah, they're not bad. I actually have a Batman onesie. I know it.
Do you have a onesie?
I do. Yes.
Did you? Okay. All right. We're gonna go into personal James territory. We should have like a theme song for this. James's personal testimonies. So how often do you wear the Batman onesie?
Not often enough.
Is it quite comfortable?
Dude, yes. It is one of the most warm things to ever touch my body.
Okay, and here's the other personal question. You can choose not to answer. Have you ever worn it around your lady friends?
Yes, actually. As a matter of fact, my relationship prior to the one I just got out of, at the very start of us dating, she got a Minion onesie. So there was actually a picture online, not full-bodied picture, but a picture. I don't know if I think it's still online, of us wearing our onesies together in the picture.
So did you surprise her with the onesie, or did you go out and buy them together?
That I'm kind of fuzzy on. I want to say we bought them together.
So it wasn't. So you didn't walk out of the bathroom with this onesie on and be like, "Hey, baby, check it."
Pretty sure that did not happen, but I could be wrong. But anyway, yeah, so for just over $200, you can get your Valentine a brown bear onesie featuring ears, a tail, and a fireman's flap in case you need to go to the loo.
Well, that's the rear end, not the front end.
They need to include one on the front end, too.
Well, okay, while we're on that subject, sorry, James, is that how many more items is it? There's
just two more.
Two more, okay, let me just interject here real quick.
You're good.
You know how hard it is? I've been trying to find the onesie that has a front flap for a guy, and I can't find that anywhere. I've looked and I can't find that. It's frustrating. I find it with the back end flap, but not the front end.
What did the guys do back in the day?
Apparently, they just dropped it. Drop the whole thing. But anyway, I'm upset about that.
I mean, I feel like that is a serious issue that needs to be addressed. Yeah, absolutely.
Because, the guy should have front and back end because they got to do both. Women, I can understand just having the back side.
Right.
But guys need both ends on this. We need both ends on the onesie. If you're listening out there, you design clothes. If you put out a onesie that had a front, and now I know it's difficult because they're kind of so close to each other, It's like if you drop both sides, it would be like a real thin piece of material between the flaps. Anyway, regardless, you need to design that because if you had a front and back end onesie for a guy, I'd buy it. Now, if it was $300, I might not, but... What, Heather?
I would think that they would just have a fly, with a button on the front.
But they don't even have that.
Huh. I don't know.
There are just some things that need to be addressed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like flaps on both sides.
Let's get it done.
You're right. Let's get it done. Number 6.
It's good to know that we can address the serious, important issues of life.
I mean, when you have to go, you don't, especially like if it just hit rock bottom in your bowels and it's about to come out and you have you take one more step and your life is over. Yeah, you have to have.
Right.
You have to take precautions.
And let's think about this too, James. Not just bathroom situations, but say you're getting a little frisky, right?
Yeah.
And you want to get something done really quick with your better half. Mm-hmm. And for the guys, what's that going to do? I mean, okay, let's talk about a heterosexual relationship here. But if we're doing that, you can't just open the flap and let it go, right? You've got to take off your whole onesie, man. If you're you're in a moment where this should happen right now, dang it. The girl can be just dropping her. She's good. The guy's wait, I got to take my onesie off first before I can do anything.
Yeah.
You see my point?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm just sharing.
Yeah, but you know what? Especially if you're going to reveal this next item on the list, which is the naughty temporary tattoo. It shows a picture of a woman's tits with the words "spank me" on each side of her tit. For $10, you can pick these up for your lady, or if you are a lady.
And if she's wearing a $300 hat. Is there a picture, James?
Yeah, I know. Everybody's asking for the picture. I know all these people.
Okay, I was thinking that the tattoo was of the breasts and then spank me, and it makes sense. So it's okay. So you've got the breasts, and you would have spank on one, me on the other one. I could see those also being put
on your butt,
on your backside.
But see, that's the thing. I mean, it makes more look. I mean, it makes more sense on the backside. On the front side, you're wearing them on the front, but it looks like what? I'm supposed to spank your boobs? No, I know what it means. She's like, spank me, just spank me. It's a general spank me on the butt. But I would look at those initially and go, am I supposed to spank those? I mean, I can. You'll probably slap me, but...
Yeah, I know. And it's Great way to make things extra weird on Valentine's Day, according to this description. Too bad they are only temporary.
Well, the good news is and plus if you were toying with the idea of having Spank Me as a tattoo, you could get these tattoos, you could wear them and try them out before actually committing.
Absolutely.
Yep. Because that happens all the time.
It does.
Mm-hmm. It would be a shame if you were just kind of walking around with the what do you call the headlights out, and the headlights just sitting out, just kind of on display for the whole world to see, and you had Spank Me written on them, and you had these low cut shirts all the time.
Now here's one, like, for guys, the Spank Me thing on a woman, it's like, okay, sure. Now a guy couldn't do, like, he wouldn't put it up on his chest. That would be kind of odd. But if he took that temporary tattoo but Spank Me like on his forearm, do you think any ladies would be like, okay?
I don't know about that. I think it'd be a little odd on a guy.
I would probably apply.
It's a free country.
I would definitely grab those and apply them to my butt.
You would?
Probably get some assless chaps and just go about my business.
Just go.
The word for the day is assless chaps.
Yes, I love the
Hey,
word.
wait a minute, James. Here we go. Do you have a pair of assless chaps? If he says yes right now, I want a picture. I know it's kind of weird, but I want a picture.
No, we don't need a picture.
James, do you have a pair of assless chaps?
My question is, do you want a picture with or without the assless chaps on me?
With.
Wait. I have a question. They don't have all chaps are assless.
Yes.
Okay.
But it sounds cooler when you say assless chaps. Because, yes, all chaps, for the most part, as far as I know, are without ass.
Oh, quite good, sir. I must inquire about the assless chaps.
So, yes, it's kind of redundant. I'm buying some chaps. Well, they're assless chaps. I know, but they all are.
So you'd have your jeans on underneath, is what I'm assuming.
Not necessarily. James wears those when he drums.
So, for those who don't know, before I get to the last item on this list, which I will also provide the link for as soon as I finish it, that way you can view these images yourself. And look at the other prices I did not name for the first probably 10 items. I completely skipped the prices over. Yes, I do play at a bar somewhere in the southeast. You'll figure it out. Moving on from that, number 17 on this list, believe it or not, is another boob item. Something else for actually, it's not really for your boobies. It's for your head. It's called the boob beanie.
Wow.
And yes, it is a beanie that has the colors of a boob with it's light brown, and then there is a nipple on top, and it is dark brown, and the nipple is erect. So
actually, that could be one of those things where I might not even actually like clarify that. If I saw somebody wearing that, I would actually might think that kind of looks like that can't be. I would not think that was what that really was.
You'd have to get a really good look at it, probably from behind.
Yeah.
I feel like the makers of that item are probably the same makers of the
Willy warmer?
Yeah, the Willy warmer.
You know what? You probably wouldn't be wrong about that. And as a matter of fact, because it does provide websites on here, it comes from the same website the Willy Warmer does. So
that's what I thought.
And for just $15, you can get yourself a boob beanie.
Okay.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a boob beanie. Come on. You knew that was coming.
Okay.
Oh, man. Well, and before we say our final thoughts or whatever, if you would like to view this list yourself, you can go to bustle.com, bustle.com, and or punch it in Google and punch in the 17 weird Valentine's Day gifts so odd you may actually consider gifting them.
So plan ahead for next year, and you got your stuff. And if you're bored, you can email me if you want to purchase me a Willy Warmer, and I'll give you a private address that you can send it to.
Absolutely, one we can't disclose on the show at all. Speaking of which, do we have any emails whatsoever to share on the show, or
no,
not yet? Well,
if we did, I probably wouldn't tell you anyway.
That's true,
because they would be like hateful emails, like "We hate your show. You guys are the stupidest thing on the planet."
I'll be honest, I wouldn't be opposed to reading those live on the air.
Okay. I'll fake one next time.
Well, no, it's got to be. I mean, we definitely have to have a legitimate. I mean, for the sake of saying we have an email, we definitely
Correct.
could. But I mean, it don't matter. We can storm up a fake hate email or whatever.
That's right.
I do remember, though, that does remind me of when I did this thing called way back when, Drive Through Casanova, for those who might actually remember.
Is it still on YouTube or no? Is it still up there?
I think it is, but I'm not. It might be unlisted now.
Oh, okay. Because of what James is going to describe.
Well, I deleted the comment, and
Okay.
I had the comment saved in my notes on my phone somewhere, and I think I deleted that too. But anyway, it was all in caps, and it started with the word "you," followed by a bunch of other words that I probably should not say on this show. But if it's not safe for work, then shall I go ahead and just mention...
Yes, go for it.
Okay, so I don't know the exact order, but words such as cunt, shit, motherfucker, ass, loser, stuff like that was mentioned, I think, somewhere in...
It was a long paragraph. It was quite creative, if I remember correctly. It was like, wow, man. It was like all one sentence. It was long.
I was perplexed the first time I read that. I'm like, first of all, who has the time of day to write this kind of thing? I'm over here just trying to review a Big Mac snack wrap, which, by the way, was the item in that one episode I ever actually did a second episode, but it never saw the light of day because I was like, I don't know about this.
I can see James getting all excited. Ooh, I got a comment on this video. Oh.
Yep, that comment shot my career through the roof as Drive Through Casanova.
And it was over.
Yeah, it was over before it even really started.
That's right. James is really excited about that whole idea too.
Yep.
And it went down the drain really, really fast.
And if for some reason you listening would like to see this video, send us your email or send us an email to crackleberrypod@gmail.com and we can provide you the link. If chances are, if the video is unlisted, I'll have to either move it as a private video or relist it to the public or something so we can
you
figure
can just
out.
change it to private and just send him the link because because
I'm not sure.
I'm actually mad that didn't continue because I thought it was a really good idea. And you had one troll out there that was like bashing you at like 2 seconds in, so it was unfortunate.
It was, and but whoever that unfortunate soul is out there who decided to troll me, I hope you're doing the same thing I am, which is
sitting on a chair doing a podcast.
Yeah,
which is really kind of weird, James, if you think about it.
I hope your life is in such good order right now, because you know what? Some people aren't as fortunate as the people who have enough time to go on the internet and write things such as "you cunt sucking, flabbergasting, nail breakfast eating, assless chaps wearing,
dog pelting, player of women."
Yeah, stuff like that. Whatever was mentioned in that comment, I don't even remember. It was like years ago, but
people are so angry on the internet.
Them angry intranet people.
Intranet. That reminds me about, speaking of angry intranet people, how was your guys' Valentine's Day?
It was good. We didn't do anything.
That's awesome. You guys didn't flail anybody with like...
No, I didn't flay anybody.
We went out. We went out
did.
a couple nights before that because we don't. I don't want to go out for dinner on Valentine's.
It's too busy.
It's too busy, and they hike up the prices.
We do a pre-Valentine's Day.
Pre-Val.
So we just went out and saw a movie and had dinner, and
that's good.
Nothing super exciting.
There you go.
Yeah. So James,
it's okay.
What?
See, here's the gross part. It's easy to forget it's Valentine's Day when you have so much love every day.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is
so,
true.
I'm sorry, James. How was your Valentine's
James, how was your Valentine's Day? And we got to discuss what you've been doing on your phone.
Yeah, I know what I'm. Well, it's something I do every night on my phone.
And that would be
pulling up this app, and I flip through pictures of girls, and I choose whether or not I want to like them or not like them, to give people a basic idea. But before we get into that, my Valentine's Day was absolutely fantastic. I had donuts and pizza. I treated myself to that. Went out later that night, treated myself to a few beers, where I walked in to meet a friend who also works at the place I work at. And it just so happens that my now ex-girlfriend was working that same night. Woohoo! I know. It wasn't awkward, though, which was great. I mean, we run, because my ex and I work at the same place, we were going to run into each other a lot. It's one of those things. It's not, I mean, it's a little weird, but it's not like one of those things where we're like, we don't want to see each other. So that's, at least that's a cool thing. So we kind of have, I mean, it's weird, but it's not weird.
So did you have donuts and pizza at the same time?
Yes, I actually made a sandwich. No, just kidding. I put the pizza in between the donuts. No, I did not. Actually, I'm going to have to do that next time I get pizza and donuts now. I'm going to have to bookmark this particular episode when it goes live and do that.
And do the donut pizza combination.
Yeah.
So would you wrap the pizza in the donuts, or would you wrap the donuts in the pizza?
I would definitely wrap the pizza in between two donuts.
See, I do the opposite. I'd wrap the pizza around the donut. It all depends on the size of the slice.
Now, that's not a bad idea either. I might attempt to do that.
Heather, what would you do?
I have no desire to have donuts and pizza
I don't
together.
either, but if I had to do it,
I wouldn't do it.
No, it was the closest thing I did to that was actually 2 slices of pizza together on a plate and 2 donuts on a plate. That's pretty much what I did.
And what kind of pizza was it?
It was Hungry Howie's Pizza, actually.
And what kind of donuts?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Not Krispy Kreme?
No, because it wasn't on the way home.
Oh, and they didn't have their hot light on, so
I didn't even really check to see if they did or not. But
So, James, as a single man in this day and age, how does one meet people?
well, Heather, I'm so glad you asked that question.
what a
because
coinkydink.
quite frankly, you have multiple options as a single man. Even as a single woman, you have pretty much the same options. You can go out and either go out by yourself or go out with same-sex friends, or even go out with opposite-sex friends and just have a blast. Meet new people, have a few drinks, get that liquid encouragement in. But if you're not looking to go out and you prefer to do things like me, and either you just don't have time to go out, or you're an introvert and you prefer to look at and choose between a variety of women in your area based on an app on the phone, you can do things like I'm not sure how up to date these certain apps are, but like Match.com, or the very popular one Tinder, or one that a lot of people may not be familiar with, Bumble. Bumble is exactly like Tinder, except women make the first move. So if you two match and you get a notification on your phone, if you have them enabled, saying you have a new connection, it's a match. Guess what? If you're a guy, you can't do anything except use a daily extend if the timer is about to run out. Women have, by the way, 24 hours to respond as soon as you two match. Otherwise, that match is gone forever. And you can actually use a daily extend if you're a guy, but you have to wait on them to message you first. And that's kind of a cool concept. I kind of like that. As a matter of fact, one of my buddies, his girlfriend and him actually met on Bumble. So
Okay.
figured I'd give it a shot and see what happens. Not one of those things I'm like looking to delve into something super, super like white picket fence serious right now, because I'm trying to, refragment myself and push on with my life or whatever. But in the meantime, in between time, it doesn't hurt to talk to people,
So how much information does someone present about themselves? So obviously there's a picture, but then past that, like about their personality, likes, dislikes, like what kind of person they are, what's on there?
For Bumble, you can do up to 6 pictures, and then you have like
all of your calves.
Exactly, all 6 of your calves. How does one obtain 6 calves? I don't even know.
But I have them.
I don't know how we accomplished that. That was months ago, but
6
anyway.
angles of my calf.
Even more specific, 6 angles of my calf. But when you do there's like this 3-question questionnaire thing that kind of comes up. So I actually, real quick, I did eHarmony way back when, and for some reason thought that was a good idea. Never really got anything out of it. Maybe a couple messages, I don't know. But eHarmony sucked, and I'm never doing that again because they do that whole personality quiz thing, and there's just a lot of questions.
James is just like, here I am. I don't want to go into it. Yeah, this is me.
Literally, I want to use a dating app, and I don't want to have to fill out a lot of information. I want it to be like, okay, here's some pictures of me. Here's some basic information like my height, weight, which, by the way, I'm seeing huge memes out of on Reddit nowadays. Like, how tall are you? Oh, this isn't going to work. How much do you weigh? Oh, you can't ask a woman her weight. Oh, really? Okay, so now we've created this whole double standard on, well, how are you tall enough? You got to you got to be at least 6 foot to date me. Well, let me ask you this, woman. Can you fit in a rowboat? And then they get butthurt because you ask that question. It's like,
I can't imagine why they would get insulted by that. Can you fit in a rowboat?
That was a brilliant response.
End the podcast right now.
Yeah, right, exactly. That was a brilliant response by whoever it was on Reddit that mentioned that particular comment. I would, if I remembered your username, I would totally give you like a shout out. But at this point, I think that the comment's probably being repeated online a lot. So
yeah, I'm not online that much, so
I've got too much free time.
I'm lost.
Yeah. But anyway, these are about 3 questions you can choose on Bumble out of a series of a lot of them. Like you can do like 2 truths and a lie. You can do one thing you could not go the rest of your life without eating or stuff like that. Yeah. Netflix or nightclub. In the butt or, up in front. I'm just kidding. No, it doesn't. That's a
legitimate question.
It doesn't give you sexual questions, but
of course not.
What are the 3?
That would be the guy's site.
What are the 3 key things for you in a relationship? Or I don't know, what's your favorite movie, or what's your dream first date, or something like that.
I'm so glad I'd probably sit there for hours trying to come up with the right answer for that stuff. I don't know, except for what was it? The 3 things? 3 dream? What was it?
The 3 your 3 like key things for a relationship.
Oh yeah, it'd be butt, and more butt.
Exactly. but more butt. I did not put that there, but that I might actually have to go and choose that.
See, that's why I want to start a fake one, just to see what people out of the woodwork would come and say, and would actually say yes because you'd make a comment.
If you come across my calf on Tinder, chances are or Bumble, well, yeah, probably Tinder. The 3 things that are most important to my calf are legs, calves, and hamstrings. That's what probably you're gonna see. I don't know. That's what my calf.
So how long have you been on Bumble now? Since
well, I was on there.
Happening.
I was actually on there prior before. Right. Before I dated my now recently ex-girlfriend, and then once I found her and we started dating, I deleted Bumble from my phone, and as soon as we broke up, guess what? Back on my phone it went.
The app is back.
The app is back. It's like not Taco Bell's nacho fries. They're back for a limited time right now as of this recording. And they actually have a $5 nacho fry box.
Oh, so
I got that the other day for my post-workout meal.
Of course you did, James.
Because I want to treat myself. I've got to refeed my muscles, and it was my anabolic window. I had to do it.
So I got myself my Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell, and actually today is Taco Tuesday where we live. It might be Taco Tuesday everywhere.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's kind of a thing. It's kind of a thing.
Except that it's Saturday.
That's right. What?
It's Saturday. What? I didn't know that, man.
No. Sorry. Anyway.
Oh, can I jump in real quick? We won't get to my topic because we're running out of time. But I do have to mention. I was going to talk about McDonald's. We will save that for the next show. Mm-hmm. But I do have to bring up, James. I don't know if you're familiar with this. We saw this on YouTube. But it was like a list of weird items that McDonald's has made at some point. Did you know there were onion nuggets? Onion nuggets. I don't remember those. But literally chopped up onions, deep fried like a nugget, onion nuggets.
Dude, no. And a matter of fact, before you continue that, I want to tell you that the only thing I have seen in the most recent amount of time regarding McDonald's is something saying, you gotta quit ordering Chipotle like this. Learn how to order it like a pro by asking for, or learn how to order it with McDonald's prices, or Chick-fil-A with McDonald's prices. Like, thanks, asshole, for this unrelevant ad or for your page or this article that I'm not even going to read. But anyway, go on.
But yeah,
about the onion nuggets.
But yeah, onion nuggets. I just thought that was thoroughly disgusting, and I like onions. I just can't imagine eating a big thing of onions fried like a nugget.
So it really is. It's like onions. So is it like an onion ring? Or?
No, it's just like I said. They don't make this anymore. This is out a while ago. I don't remember what years, but it was so it looked like a chicken McNugget, but it was just diced up onions that were balled together and deep fried.
Okay.
So it's like an onion ring, I guess, in a way.
I know you want to talk about McDonald's, but I'm really curious. I have some more questions with this whole online dating.
Okay,
thing
that was
for
my.
James.
We'll hold the rest for
We can
next
talk about
time.
McDonald's next time.
But I had to mention that because I was curious if James would ever remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
So what kind of, okay, so like let's say a girl likes you, you like her, and you want to get together. What sort of precautions do you take when you actually meet up?
Well, the good thing and the fortunate thing about Bumble is that has not actually happened yet. So
If it was to happen.
What precautions would I take to meet up? Well, I'd probably do things like to make sure that I am speaking with the right person. Number one, you can actually verify your identity. So you'll have one of those, like just like a verified page on Facebook. You'll have like a blue check next to your name or whatever. It's not hard. You literally take a picture of a pose they send you, which is usually like this one. You snap your picture doing it. And by the way, I'm putting my hand on my head. And you take a picture of that, send it, and usually by about 3 seconds, if it's an exact match, you get verified. Boom, it's not that hard. But what I typically do is I like to go about it like a telemarketer. I ask for their social security number, all their credit card information, all their recent bank statements to make sure that I am legitimately talking to the right person. So I wanted to see how long people took, if people take that seriously or not.
Okay, I used to work with this woman who she was actually in her 50s and she was dating and she'd like go out with guys online. Like she'd meet somebody online and she'd just go see them. And this completely confused me. So I was always like, well, does someone know? Like, do you leave an address of where you're going? Do you call your best friend or you let your kids know? How do you make sure that you don't end up in an attic or a basement somewhere?
Well, usually try to meet at a public location, like get coffee or something, in a public place where there's a lot of people.
Yeah, but past
That means you're going to go, well, I know. Then you have to make the decision where you want to meet up with them again in a public location, or do you feel safe enough to go out on a date with them in a public location? We haven't gotten to the point of where you take them home.
Yeah, I guess you don't really know anybody. I mean, you could meet somebody in the grocery store and you still don't know you don't know. You could still end up in a basement.
You could.
I don't know. This whole thing, I couldn't handle dating right now. I mean, like if I wasn't married, you know what I'm saying? Like it would stress me out. I would be a lonely, miserable, unhappy woman with a boyfriend pillow.
I was about to say, let's make sure we clarify, Heather, considering.
Well, you'd have your man pillow and I would have my willy warmer.
Yeah. I couldn't. It would be very stressful,
And
I
my
think.
boob hat. Which one?
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Okay. I guess.
Well,
I guess we'll be curious for an update next time to see if anything has come of the Bumble.
Yep, because there are many.
Bumble's bounce.
That and there are many bees in the hive.
Oh,
because it's exactly what it sounds like. Bumblebee, bees in the hive. I'm gonna stop abusing that really god awful. What's the word? Anagram? No.
Analogy?
Yeah, there we go. That's a good word to get
I got
by.
it.
Analogy.
Woo-hoo.
Euphorism. That was a
Euphemism?
Euphemism. Euphorism or euphemism? I don't know.
I don't know.
So on the next episode of Crackleberry Podcast, we're going to be discussing certain big words and figure out how to correctly pronounce them.
We're just going to randomly a big list of big words and just see if we get them right.
Starting with euphorisms and whatever. Well, that word in particular. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, I guess that about wraps it up because we've been at this far too long is what I'm trying to say.
I believe so. But hey, it's been a great post Valentine's Day show. I think we've got nothing accomplished today like we usually do.
But I have learned of some great gift items to look for next year.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, these are really good, solid gifts, especially if you and your significant other enjoy a good laugh every once in a while. Or don't even take Valentine's Day seriously. Just get yourself a gag gift. Get yourself a pair of winking kitty panties.
And Fundies.
And Fundies. Get them both together. And 50 Shades of Grey, officially sponsored. Blindfolds.
I don't know if it's officially sponsored. Do they have an official sponsorship?
You know, when I was reading that was probably one of the last items I did not name a price off of or look at the website.
I'm sure it's like, it doesn't matter. We're good.
You can just go to Spencer's tomorrow and check.
Yeah, when you go there tomorrow and just ask. Look for the 50 Shades of Grey blindfold. Where do you guys keep those?
I don't know.
In the back with the, mechanical.
They have them in the back room.
They do, behind the curtain.
It's not even behind a curtain anymore.
I know, you
it's
just walk
crazy.
back
It's
there.
Total chaos. I'm sorry, not that
Dildos everywhere.
Just flying around.
Yeah.
I mean,
apparently.
it's like
I'm familiar with the back room at Spencer's.
Anyway, you got like mugs, t-shirts,
dildos, raining butthole plugs, you name it.
They got it. Handcuffs, nurse costumes.
Exactly. Yeah. This episode is definitely going to be rated not safe for work already. We didn't even have to use curse words. We just start talking about interesting euphorisms and
euphorisms. James's whole homework assignment for next month
is to learn the meaning of the word euphorism.
Euphemism.
Yeah. Is it euphorism or euphemism?
It's euphemism.
Euphemism. All right, we're definitely going with a euphemism.
Okay, good.
Or analogy is even a more simpler word.
Yes, analogy's good. Keep with analogy.
Still a big word, but much simpler than euphemism.
Yes.
With that being said, we will end this show on this note. If you have any stories, we are asking for any stories whatsoever. I don't want to sound like we're begging, but
that's exactly what we're doing.
But it would just be nice to hear from the 2.5 viewers that we have who listen to this podcast every month, especially those who are actually for some reason subscribed to it. If you do have any odd, weird stories or euphemisms or analogies that you want us to use on the show, or for some reason you have to develop this itch to watch the Drive-Thru Casanova video, the one episode that was released on the internet, which is probably unlisted. I'll have to go back to my YouTube account and check.
It's a collector's item. Trust me.
That'll cost you a pretty penny.
Assless chaps.
And probably a pair of assless chaps, considering, by the way, I never did answer this to you guys, but no, I do not own a pair of assless chaps.
I figured. Darn.
Yeah, so if you were waiting out to hear the answer, now you got it. At this point, you can't shut the podcast off because we're about to wrap things up. But seriously, shoot us an email at crackleberrypod@gmail.com and send us your weird stories, weird words, or anything else you want us to share on the show. With that being said, I'm James.
I'm Brian.
I'm Heather.
And nothing says you're a loser more than owning a motivational poster about being a winner. Take care, everybody.
Woohoo! All right. Did you ever have a motivational poster, James?
No, but I tell you what, I did get into demotivational posters.
Oh, did you?
I remember that meme. I
actually had one, so I'm a loser.
Well, I'm twice the loser.
Loser squared.
Loser. We're the loser fan club. Welcome to Losers.